Alright, we good, Andy?
Yep, what's up?
Alright, cool. So we are here for our grand final match of Season 1 of the Amateur Australian Overwatch League with Bjorn to win versus YOLO. Now, we've talked about this match earlier on. It has been anticipated for the last week. Bit of controversy with both teams. With some roster changes as well, we can see from Bjorn to win. Myself have decided not to play the remaining matches of the season, and instead we have Debnos stepping in that support role for Bjorn to win. YOLO remain unchanged. We will have, pretty sure Temple of Anubis is map 1. Let's talk about these teams quickly. Bjorn to win have been undefeated almost all season, except the only loss is to come from Team YOLO, with Denzel and Halick just punishing the back line and then just outplaying all the other DPS players in this league at the moment. But can Bjorn to win somehow come together to beat YOLO? Looks like we gonna see if we can get started.
I think they're arguing over whether spectators lag the stream or not.
Yeah.
I think it looks fine to me. Like I'm doing a bit of QA and looks alright. Pretty smooth actually. You have great internet, Antibus.
Yeah, Antibus has a streamer. Our resident Reinhardt main. With his internet, like you can check this match up on YouTube within half an hour at the end. Hopefully, his internet speed is top notch for an Australian internet.
And looks like we're sitting at 22 viewers right now.
22, so welcome to the grand final match between Bjorn to win versus YOLO. First map is Temple of Anubis, and I know from the inside, Bjorn to win spent 4 hours scrimming some top tier teams over and over on this map. So Bjorn to win, expecting a lot of things from them. Denzel flashing the Widowmaker straight away. He's going to be the guy to watch. He'll be definitely the guy to watch today. And we have a quick pause.
Looks like
Just Awesome Lollies has a bit of ping issues. Death Gun complaining about ping with 35 ping.
I couldn't tell you about that. I've got a good solid
God.
17.
I'm sitting at currently 6, so I don't know what there is.
Man, I play at 72, and most of the people on like in WA play at 100 plus. Like, what?
Yeah.
A high ping player.
When I lag, everyone's gonna hate me because I sit about like 20 to 30 max usually.
Oh really?
NBN.
Oh, are you in Sydney or in Melbourne?
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Yeah. I sit on
Vegas.
6.
That's pretty close.
Pretty close to what?
I don't know. Pretty close to the Australian servers.
The Australian servers in Sydney, aren't they?
Yeah, that's Sydney, not Brisbane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Sydney,
closer
not
than I
Brisbane.
am, right?
Where are you? We have it
just
on
said-
pause. Okay, so getting into this. Awesome Lollies still hasn't shown up yet. But that's okay, they might be on the attack, Bjorn on attack.
That's right. They have a minute to just get themselves together,
Get everything
get pumped.
No, Bjorn is on defense and Lollies isn't back yet.
No,
no,
do
he's
they
back
want
in.
another pause?
No, he's in.
And I'm not gonna say anything, but you know, Colonel Wong just missed his jump before on Roadhog. It's just slyly.
Well, we have Norza playing Reinhardt, and well, I feel sorry for you, Norza, because Antibus might slam you and BM you with misplays, but it just goes with the territory of being that main tank and that shield shield for your team.
Well, not while you're main tank. You're gonna have the focus of everyone on you. Any misplay you do, everyone's gonna see it.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm
Alright,
spectating him right
I'll
now.
leave you guys to this. Bye.
Alright.
Right, Denzel is on. Denzel is on that Genji.
There.
Now that's the thing that when we experience his team, Denzel on his Genji is problem enough, but Xionyx on that Pharah is quite brutal in his own. Oh, there we go. Look, Boop just takes Reinhardt off that high point and puts him back onto the point. Mercy is getting done by Rini, but Norza is holding up his shield, protecting his Mercy as much as he can, but he is going low. They're being forced to the back right at this point, and Noxious creating space on his D.Va, but a bit exposed. He gets D-mech'd there by Death Gun, and it looks like YOLO will take this point straight away off Bjorn, with only Norza and Noxious still sitting around.
And Denzel's just getting a reset after reset.
Yeah,
Through his dash.
There's 3 dashes. What can we do better to stop Denzel causing havoc? Because now we both, from YOLO, we have now both the Genji Blade and the Barrage.
A defensive Winston or a Mei could work wonders here to counter Denzel.
Yeah. And
Straight with the blade.
comes out straight away. Takes out Lollies and D-Mechs. Yeah, this Pharah Genji duo is just unstoppable at the moment. Roadhog Wong having to take a retreat off the point.
With the
Shatter.
huge shatter.
Huge shatter. Now can they capitalize? No. Zynic is running pretty much the show from where he's uncontested. I don't think I've seen him be targeted once. He hasn't lost a single point of health. Colonel Wong bringing out the McCree. Now I know he's a strong McCree, Colonel Wong. He's got fantastic aim. He's focusing on Dark Prince. And there goes that Mercy. So Wong's got to somehow manage to get this Pharah down with Lollies. That double hit scan. Getting beaten.
And Xionyx is just completely uncontested here at this point.
100%. Genji Blade in the right door. And that's in clinical map 1 didn't even
A very
any
fast
fight.
2 cap. That is the problem with setting up backwards up top on the first point in Anubis, where you can easily get booped, especially if you're playing a Reinhardt up there. It would be much stronger to be playing a D.Va Winston there to be able to jump back up and defend your team if needed.
That's the thing as well. D.Va to Noxious could have foreseen that Pharah play coming around to try and potentially boot him off and somehow ate the concussion blast. But again, fast play there by Xionyx. This is a tough match we have. Like I said, Bjorn to win is the only team to not be able to beat YOLO. It's the only team in this competition thus far that they cannot beat, and YOLO once again proving that difficulty for Bjorn. Now we know Norz is their captain and Checkers is in-game leader most of the time. Hopefully they can pull something together to get this win. Dark Prince is doing an excellent job at managing his team. Because I have played alongside Denzel before, he's not very vocal. So on the defense we have Denzel on the Junkrat now. His Junkrat skills are quite amazing. Can dish out a lot of damage very fast, and Xionyx on that soldier. Not on that Pharah, so they've got a hit scan and a projectile, so played a lot of soldier in his life in Overwatch, and he can put out that consistent damage. But we have on the attacking side Lollies on that Genji he's showing. Now for Bjorn, their dive composition is probably their strongest. It's a lot stronger than their death ball. Hopefully they can prove to be strong here. They look like they're going to run the Zarya, Hanzo.
Well, it's
Dragon
smart to
combo.
run a Zarya against a Junkrat here.
It is
Even
smart, yeah.
well, she will be able to get free charge, and if they're going to fight in a choke, it will give them a certain advantage. And looks like they're rushing left side up to top.
It was a strat. Yeah, they keep rushing the top side, but it looks like YOLO were ready for this, and they just absolutely collapse and wipe Bjorn from this push. So that's the thing. Every match on Anubis, Bjorn have rushed that top right side and collapsed down onto the point. They haven't so much moved to the left side, which is a smart move against the Junkrat, but they need to find some approach. With Deathgun already having a shatter. He's already got his shatter up from that engagement alone. Good Reinhardt play there by Deathgun. Now what will Bjorn do differently? Looks like Lollies is poking the left. Just getting poke damage, putting pressure on that Mercy. Denzel just throws a concussion, but Norza does execute that kill on the Mercy, but it might not be enough.
And it looks like Deathgun might be taken out here, and he is by the Zarya. That seemed like a bit of a misplay there by Deathgun. Instead of
just trying to get out.
They need to be able to push in this small period of time while the Rhine is not there.
Colonel Wong gets out Haylik, but Mercy should be back by now. Mercy, yep, does res Haylik. Lollies gets Onyx, and Denzel takes out the Mercy with that Riptire. Noxious is getting awfully close to that grab. He should have that grab if he goes down here for the next push. But hopefully his team can bring it back. Denzel's on the right with Lollies. We've got the grab up. But I think this might be an end push. Yeah, this push has been ended with YOLO coming victorious once again on that push. But we could see the grab dragon combo right now. Or we can even see the dragon to zone them, followed by the grab blade. I don't know, we'll see, but that shadow, there's that grab, early grab.
Yeah, it looks like the full wipe. Unless can Mercy come back for the res.
Mercy's got that res, but
and
it's
they clean her up.
That was well played. Nice grab by Noxious.
I feel like they committed one too many ults there. They should have left the Dragon Blade.
Yeah. And they did manage to get the sound barrier out of Haylik and Denzel. Pushing forward with his Riptire to stop the flow. He does a very smart Riptire. He gets the Mercy, so he stops that snowball effect from happening straight away. That was a really smart play by Denzel there. Get the kill on the Mercy. Bjorn can no longer push. Gives time for YOLO to reassess what went wrong, make the changes if they need to make changes, and talk strats. Now, Bjorn likes to run this right side here all the time. They always run this right side. Zonic's in trouble. No, he gets that mega health pack down the bottom. Northern needs to get up out of there. No primal rage in time. We have Zionic use tactical visor, but Checkers with the sound barrier take out Wong. Death Gun, Death Lollies, and that should be another push attempt ending. Dark Prince gets the rest of Death Gun just to bring him up. Shatter takes out that Lucio and putting pressure onto that Zarya. But once again, we aren't close to that grab and dragon. All dragons coming through early. There's a bit of a questionable dragon there.
Usually when that happens, they'll switch off.
It's there. We will see Wong swap. It looks like he is. He's in spawn. Bringing out the Reaper to deal with Rini. Rini might be proving too much of an issue.
And Denzel gets a really nice Riptire there onto Noxious.
But well, Mercy's right there. Mercy's going to res us. That's 30 seconds away. Mercy can't do that res. Now the thing is, Noxious is going to be high energy. And we have Genji grab here. Well, this has got to be a kill. They've got to kill Death Gun now. He just overextended. He should be punished. This Lucio's also... Haylik is a bit too far out, but he manages to get through a bit safely. tactical visor from Xionyx once again, just to push Bjorn back into the spawn they go. So do we need to see any changes from Bjorn? What do they need to do at this point, Andy?
Honestly, I think a Diva would do them a fair bit of justice, but they need to be able to get something good with this grav. They need a team wipe again, because that seems the way that they're good at pushing. Getting a full clean team wipe. But the only thing is, they're not grouping that easily for them for the easy push.
So we're seeing good positioning here from YOLO. Staying spread out enough so that grav might only get 3 members. It looks like they're pushing that far right channel for Bjorn. Rip tire, they're all in there. They're all in there. This is a dangerous tire. Wong gets done again. Checkers gets Denzel, but Denzel trapped. We'll see Genji Blade onto it. Gets 1. Gets 2. Colonel Wong gets only. Noxious takes out Death Gun. And we have Colonel Wong getting close to his Reaper, Death Blossom. Dark Prince gets that res of Death Gun, followed by the Sound Barrier and a Fat Shaddy on Norza. Norza shattered into no one. It was a bit of a questionable timing. And they bring out May to stall from Xionyx just to relieve his pressure, and Death Gun Denzel just putting so much pressure onto Bjorn's front line. Now Denzel has swapped off that Junkrat onto Tracer. Xionyx off the Soldier into May. This May's going to counter this Reinhardt by Norza. Just set up a wall as soon as he steps forward, and then you get that free kill. Bjorn again with that right hand push. Denzel not able to quite get that stick that he needed. Xionyx gets Norza. Sabonis reses Norza through. Lollies, Wong, being able to get 2 quick picks. Should be able to move on to the point and start putting pressure onto this point now once this May wall collapses. Norza already on the point, but Tracer just starting him around. Shadow gets 2. Wong, Norza, Lollies able to pick up some kills there.
And Rennie is is stalling on point with his Primal Rage. That'll buy enough time for the May to get back to keep the stall going.
Yeah, great play there from Rennie. Sound Barrier invested on the side of YOLO. We got a grab again, so we could be able to see grab and Genji Blade. No, too slow on the cat. Death Blossom coming through, gets Denzel. We need to see this grab straight away here. There we go, there's the grab, it gets 3. Mercy, and that's nice from Colonel Wong there. They need to deal with this May, then the Tracer. Colonel Wong almost up to another Death Blossom, and we've got a Shatter available on the side of Bjorn. It's a big Shatter. Noxious is going to farm his ult off the Diva there. Death Blossom from Colonel Wong. But this stall from YOLO is really nice, but that swap to Reaper from Bjorn proving to be a really good swap. This should be the cap.
Now, is Bjorn able to hold off for 5 minutes on first point? That is the big question.
It's a long time. For 1 tick, mind you, not the full tick, just 1 tick. This is going to be a tough challenge for Bjorn. It'll be interesting to see where they run here. Looks like straight away Denzel picks up that Genji. I've seen Denzel play on his Genji, and it is quite... it's tough to deal with. Xionyx showing Widowmaker, but we won't really know until that final few seconds of...
A lot of times team try to pull out the Symmetra Tor, Bastion sort of things here to try and stall as much as possible. But
he's showing it. He's showing the Torbjorn. Noxious with the Roadhog. The only issue with this here, you've got low mobility.
See, they are running at the moment, Widow, so if they're able to even get one pick, they have to use the res to get that instantly back. If they get a couple kills down, or a couple deaths down, they're going to be very heavily staggered because of the time to get back. And
Yeah,
that's a very odd position for the Torp turret to go.
Yeah, very opposition.
Usually
And
you want to put
Lemon.
it just out of your sight line so it can cover a wide area, not just easily taken down.
And a quick counter here for 2 is you just get Tracer to go back around them and just step on the point and put pressure on that point. They've got to come down and stop that first tick happening. So they don't necessarily have to get kills, they just got to outplay Bjorn because they're all sitting up in that one little top, and it looks like YOLO moving in to the classical right hand corner.
Zyonix is almost taken down to 4 HP just from the Orisa gun.
Well, Norza definitely putting Zonix in his place and making him question about his locations. We see Deathgun dive in onto the Orisa and the turret and get the turret kill. They're starting to collapse onto the point, and there goes Lollies. Yeah, I think this might be a point now. There's just too many kills in the side of YOLO. So hopefully some fight back for Bjorn. But Denzel already with his blade, securing map 1 in this grand final match for YOLO.
Yeah, when you are down like that, you really need to be able to set up on point, because there's a few things that they can do, and what they just did was they did a flank there. They just took out their back bit, and they had the Widow sniping from the front because they were too preoccupied with the flank that was coming through. You really need to be set up on point, otherwise you're just going to have that happen. They can just go straight to point, and then you have to fight them on their terms, not on your terms.
Exactly.
It looks like a couple people are all calling who they think they're going to win in Twitch chat already.
Who's the leading favorite at the moment?
So it looks like people want YOLO to win, or easy, and then you have some people saying easy for Bjorn. And a fair few Zyonix fanboys.
Zyonix got fanboys out there.
There's like a fair few Bjorn fanboys here. Actually a lot by the looks of it. And we have one person claiming not to only be a fanboy, to be Zyonix's father.
Oh, Zyonix's dad's here.
I
Watching his-
very much doubt it, but it's a good troll.
I wonder what map 2 is going to be. They did, both these teams have had the map pool.
I believe it was already preset in the map pool.
Yep, they both the teams were given a week to prepare the maps and get to know the maps. So, it looks like if we're going to Dorado, I reckon Denzel might pull out that Junkrat again and cause huge issues. So maybe the triple tank might be the way to go for Bjorn to stop this.
Well, we do see a lot of Faras on Dorado, especially for the first 2 parts of the map. It's very open, and Faras are able to get a lot of picks.
So what do you reckon? YOLO might bring out the Denzel Junkrat, Xionyx, Pharah. In that way, just put them. Because I know Bjorn does not have a Pharah player. They do not have a Pharah player, so there's a weakness in Bjorn's DPS set. So maybe if YOLO can recognize this, can just play projectiles into him, and don't have to worry about running the hit scan. So you have Denzel running either Genji, Junkrat, Xionyx doing his thing up in the sky, and Pharah, and just causing issues. However, Bjorn does have two good tanks. They've got Noxious on the off tank role, and Nausea on the main tank role. So we can see how this plays out.
And I really hope Colonel Wong does choose the Mei. It's always fun to see that.
Yeah, it's always fun to see the Mei. And look, it already shows Denzel picking the Junkrat, but Xionyx definitely plays 76. One thing I have learned about YOLO is they will pick around Denzel. Denzel will pick his character, just like Taimu, and just everyone, you pick around that. Who cares what he's playing? You've got to make it work.
That is for the most part. You find your star player, and then you make what their strong suit is to work.
Yep.
You build around that. That is basically the most basic concept of forming a team. Who's your best player? What's the best way to win?
So we're saying right now that is Denzel the best player for YOLO? Is he going to be MVP for YOLO and clutch this?
Well,
victory
it seems
out?
like either Xionyx or Denzel, they're pretty tired from what I've seen. Like, they're both very heavy contributors to the actual team fights.
But we've also got to think about those supports. Like, support's probably one of the most underrated roles. Like, you've got to be able to keep your star players up as well. So, is Dark Prince and Haylick keeping those heals up enough for Denzel and Xionyx to do their job? Other things we must consider.
I know, you're just kidding. Supports don't exist.
Supports don't exist. It's alright. We save your main tank all the time, don't we?
And it looks like they're going for a 3-3 split.
Yeah, so Nausea jumps probably going to jump straight up there, and the Mei, we have Colonel Wong playing Mei, and they're going to fight down the bottom. Denzel, Lollies, Checkers, and Colonel Wong.
And Denzel just obliterates all of them.
He just gets a 4K straight away, and already at 45% to his ult.
And Death Gun is even further at 56.
So this is, YOLO is definitely a team to deal with. Like, they're just proving to be too much. Noxious putting contention onto the soldier by himself. He doesn't have support. A D-Mech here can stall this push a little bit too long, and he gets that D-Mech. So right now, YOLO should collapse onto him and just get those cleanups. Dark Prince res Xionyx, and Xionyx already has his ult. He's popping attack visor, gets 2. Will he get the 3rd? Nah, they haven't even got under the bridge. Bjorn is in a bit of
They
a pickle
have not
here.
even gotten to the point where Junkrat becomes the most lethal, is at that bridge choke. And there's usually a couple ways to get around that bridge choke, but you're still going to be funneling down into 1 or 2 chokes where the Junkrat can spam.
Denzel has that Riptide just to slow down Bjorn's leaving spawn. Death Gun has Shadow. Noxious already getting D-Mech'd once again.
And Death Gun just is going for the jump down shatter, which is very bad to do. It looks cool, but when you jump down while you're shattering, you can get booped, knocked out. Your shatter can get you can get turned. Like, it's a very bad habit to do. You should not be jumping or even shattering while you're going down. You want to shatter right as you hit the ground to make it the most efficient. Otherwise, you will easily get punished, especially if the other team is noticing your Reinhardt.
Yep, and that can be up to Checkers. A simple kill by booping the Reinhardt up can stop this. Now we have awesome Lollies got his blade. He can probably get in there and cause a lot of damage because they're all in the one spot. A few swings for his blade. So Xionyx D-Meching Noxious once again, and another attack visor stopping Noxious. Gets Checkers. This team is becoming. It's hard. How do you deal with this YOLO team? They're just engaging well, disengaging well, picking the right targets at the right time. And Noxious needs to kind of, not as when he's playing D.Va, not go up by himself. Him and Norza need to go in together to cause maximum disruption. But we have a Genji Blade at the ready. Up, Denzel gets checked.
And it looks like the Shadow's going down. Yep. Tight corridor, perfect spot.
Perfect spot. Death Guard and Rini just causing issues down there.
And I believe that Dragon Blade got cancelled and half of it was refunded.
Yeah, looks like he's got 50%. No kills, so must have been refunded. They have a Junkrat. I don't think they should be pushing any of those tight corridors. Maybe a Junkrat of their own. Put them in a tight corridor and maximize your own Junkrat. That could also be a counter here as well. But they're running that triple tank.
And they're getting really aggressive here.
Down barrier on the side of YOLO. Now Noxious picks up his grabs quite fast. He's already at 45%. But Denzel getting rid of that threat straight away. Death Gun taking that Norza, and I think this will be as far as the cart will be pushed. Just beyond, just before the bridge. So not even the choke yet. Bjorn failed to even get it to the choke.
Wow, sounds like you're bagging on Bjorn there pretty hard.
Well, undefeated and throughout one of the top tier teams. I'm expecting a lot of things from this team, and today might not be their day with YOLO. As we can see, only have to push it just to the corner. So
could it be that they're just having a really slow start?
Slow start, we could see something miraculous right here out of Lollies.
This is best of 5, so the first 3 games win.
Exactly, so it's not over yet until the fat lady sings. And I won't be singing just yet. So Lollies and Wong could start popping off at any second, because when Lollies gets on point with his Genji, it is quite scary to deal with. He gets his dash resets really quick, and those blades come up every 45 seconds with him sometimes.
But it does look like Xynex is going to be running that Widow, which is going to be troublesome for Bjorn to win. And I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But getting that pick on so early, they have the spawn advantage. They have the advantage with the spawn being right behind them. They do not have to push it far. Usually a lot of teams will resort to just something simple like a Bastion strat.
Yeah, Bastion strat here could work. Just straight up annihilate, push him through, not being able to deal with it. But we have Checkers playing on his beloved Zenyatta. And his Zenyatta, his right clicks are like fight opening. So many times have we seen Checkers just able to right click and take open matches out of nowhere. You think you'd be down a fight, all of a sudden Checkers gets 2-3 kills instantly, and you're just like, alright, future DPS player right there. And we opening him up.
Xynex spots the forward charge there. It's almost taken out. And it is taken out.
But they're not. They're finally contesting the cart now. Denzel gets rid of Checkers. There's not much pills for Checkers there. And it looks like YOLO will just quickly reset. Just a fast reset. Just get in there. Got spawn advantage. Denzel 50% to his Dragon Blade already, while Lollies is only 30. Oh no, Lollies 60%. So only get that crucial kill on Colonel Wong. And Norza. No one's peeling for Checkers, and Denzel is going to get that kill on Checkers. And Death Gun confirms that kill, that 2-on-1 on the healing. Now this Mercy should be the next one to fall, and she is. Very smart target prioritization from YOLO. Death Gun at 80%, 90% to his grab. He's going to have grab here in a second. Just going to team wipe, push her through. That's all she wrote for Dorado.
That was a terrible pun.
I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here, man. Lollies is pretty close to his blades. Maybe he can do something. But there's the grab, so they can't get back to cart. Lollies gonna C9 it with his fighting Zonix on the side there.
And that's the second map to
To YOLO.
YOLO.
Yeah, 2-0 to Dorado. Tatum is getting a bit ahead of himself there. It's best of 5, not best of 3.
You never know what can happen, especially in best of 5, or even like if you've ever played a best of 7, you can be 3 3 matches down and come back to win 4 in a row. You do not know until the last game is played.
Those reverse sweeps, bittersweet, and can kick people in the butt at any time.
But the thing is, how do they come back from this? How do they stop? They're going to be thinking, they're going to be down at the moment, thinking we're 2 down. One more loss and we've lost the finals. So they've got to be able to rally themselves to have enough momentum to bring themselves back into this game.
Tilt must be setting in a little bit for Bjorn. And a bit of YOLO trying to get Bjorn to forfeit. I think Bjorn's got too much pride to that. They will play this all the way through as a team. And if they lose, they'll lose as a team. If they win, they will win as a team. And it looks like map 3 is going to Lijiang Tower. Now, I'm expecting Pharmacy here from both teams. I need someone to put, what's his name? Zyonix in his place. Who is going to step up?
I think Xanax might be running a Widow here.
Zyonix is showing. No, remember, we are in. This is Garden. This is Gardens. Legion Tower Gardens. So Death Gun flashing the Junkrat away from Denzel.
Few interesting picks onto the side of YOLO.
The red team.
Yep.
Yeah. Orisa. Maybe they feel like they're gonna successfully get the point to begin with, and then that's it. Just walk straight through it.
On Gardens, it's one of the hardest maps to retake against the Pharaoh Mercy.
Oh, 100%. But if you've got to drop the Pharaoh Mercy, if you lose that point, probably drop the Pharaoh quickly, get someone else on the body on the ground, cause disruption that way. Looks like we'll have Colonel Wong as well on his Pharaoh, so we are going to see Pharmacy from both sides.
But we do have Bjorn here running the hit scan to counter the Pharaoh. So we'll see how this runs.
Noxious, he has been their off tank, so they're running solo tank triple DPS there. Noxious getting the kill straight around Haley and Duff Prince getting the value of that new Mercy. Rini takes out Lolly's Norza to get that Denzel, so both the Genjis are sent back to spawn. No, hold up, Debonos hits that res on Lolly's and the Pharaoh's in the sky. Zonix is looks like having more control over in the sky with that higher ult percentage there, and Wong is taken out by Zyonix. Zyonix gets Noxious as well. This should be in favor of YOLO for this first cap. Norza just delaying it through. Death Gun already with his ult. Colonel Wong is making his way back out there on the Pharaoh. Hopefully, maybe put some damage down. So that went. It was a pretty good push from Bjorn. I think they're gonna have found something that may work against YOLO. Hopefully.
You did have Noxious there just spraying down Zyonix on the Pharaoh, but he was not able to take him down alone.
Lord Wong gets 2, just takes out the Pharmacy by himself.
And this is where Bjorn needs to push in hard and be able to take it.
They need to push hard. They need to focus people at a time, and they're doing that. Haley's gone.
And his comes back with the Pharaoh Mercy.
Yep. This is hard. Once they retake, they've got it. But remember, they've got their own Pharah ult who can do the same thing and just reverse flip.
Xionyx is getting quite low here from Noxious spraying him down.
Noxious showing that off tanks can play DPS if needed. Norza takes that Denzel.
Xionyx is coming in for the backdoor barrage.
The barrage. Oh no, Lollies gets rid of it. The Bonus picks up the Valkyrie and the sound barrier invested in the side of Bjorn. They've only got Blade. Will they use it to hold? And they do. No, Denzel pops Blade, gets Noxious. And also checkers on that Lucio. I think Lollies might pop his ult soon just to make sure they maintain and bleed this point out. But he's getting focused by Rennie there. And Denzel executes that final blow onto Lollies. This will be a flip in favour of YOLO.
And they're still stalling, which is great. So they get to just under 60%.
Remember, it's about percentage here. Sometimes it is worth that stall to get that high percentage. You've got that one only fight to win instead of 2-3 fights later on in the match.
We do have Bjorn coming back with 3 ults, which is a huge advantage here.
An awesome hero swap they've done is Noxious has taken off that soldier and onto that D.Va. Death Gun just pulling checkers into that pond area. Denzel takes out Lollies. Denzel just being really hard to deal with in these Genji 1. Noxious putting pressure on Dark Prince, so the Mercy's going to fall off the edge of that map. And there we go, we should have Bjorn retake this.
Colonel Wong getting direct hits after the missile barrage. It looks like he started to find his pace.
Yep, that's good. So I think Bjorn finally found something that will work against this YOLO team. Wong getting rid of Denzel straight away. Now, I know Denzel isn't the greatest hit scan player, but will he come off that Genji onto hit scan, or will Xionyx have to find a way to dislodge this pharmacy? Now they are going White Horse, which if a Pharah can put damage, lay heaps of damage to that, could be and push over really fast. Bjorn falling off the point with that death gun is doing that hog ult. Xionyx takes out Wong with the barrage and Norza. And that will be a flip in favour of YOLO. Colonel Wong has stepped off the Pharah onto the soldier. Now, I don't know about that change. I think having him on the Pharah was a bit more beneficial for him.
Looks like they're just trying to go for one last ditch fight here.
Last ditch.
Oh,
Noxious
you get
gets
the,
two.
that is
Noxious-
huge.
Noxious has had these huge D.Va ult bombs throughout this whole series. This whole series he picks up 3Ks, 4Ks with his D.Va bomb. And he even boosts Denzel to save his own Genji.
It looks like Bjorn might be getting the flip here.
Yeah, Noxious
Yeah.
also executing that kill on Denzel.
And Lolly still has that Dragon Blade available.
So Lollies might pop this in a second just to get the kill, and there's the so there's going to be sound barrier on the side of Bjorn, and they have YOLO have no ults. They can only store demeching of Noxious there. Genji might want to think about his blade in a second. Probably looking for the perfect opportunity, and it comes out. He hasn't found anyone. I think it was a bit of a mistimed blade maybe. Denzel getting the kill on Wong, getting his own blade, and is he going to be more cool? We're going to find out. Rennie takes out Norza, and Xionyx has swapped to that soldier and is putting a lot of damage out. That really nice tracking there. Xionyx is already 52% to his ult, and he just swapped. Great soldier play there. Noxious with another D.Va bomber. Haley somehow falling off the map. We might not want to be looking at that one again.
It's alright. I watched him jump off the map.
Oh, that's good.
He got the boop denying the Winston getting into the window.
That's good then. That's a good trade. But let's keep in mind, Bjorn still have control of this point. They still have control of this point. Zionic with the tack visor onto Wong. So the flip still hasn't happened. So Bjorn's on a very good stall, trying to hope that they can get those ults available. Because Wong is at 90% to his Genji Blade, and he can 6-man if he really wanted to. But he fell. So this might be the flip here.
And Zell is coming back in with Blade at the ready.
With Blade at the ready. And he might pop as soon as he gets in there. And he does. He just pops it. Gets 2. Gets 3.
And it looks like YOLO is about to cap the point.
Yeah, the flip may happen. But...
Oh, Lollies is on point. Can he get some miracle Dragon Blade play? I wonder.
That Winston is just causing him a lot of troubles here. And the blade comes out. Gets 1.
Needs to take out the Mercy.
Noxious gets Ionics. Denzel takes out Lollies. Wong D-Nex. Dark Prince is definitely getting that value out of this Mercy here. Resident the right people at the right time, which is ever important. I think that experience over Debonos is proving helpful from the side of YOLO.
And that was a very, very drawn out overtime.
Both teams feeling that effect.
But we did see Bjorn there actually get a lot of fighting spirit back into them with that map there.
Yeah, which is true, and that's gonna be feeling really good. Now this is where the Junkrats come out. This control center. Both teams are gonna push the Valence room, and they're going to span that tight corridor.
We do have Xilinx on the Reaper, which is great for going into those small rooms. But the thing is, it looks like both teams are running their own Junkrat, so we'll see. It might just come down to Junkrat wars.
It will come down to Junkrat v Junkrat. They're both meeting in that middle point there. But it looks like Bjorn are coming down into the point first, so they're kind of splitting themselves up, and Nausea gets done and deleted by Xilinx. But with that res from Debonos, showing great value from the start. Mind you, he's got a 30-second cooldown. Rini taking out Debonos. Xilinx getting checkers. Nausea winning the Winnie battle, but Denzel is spam on that Junkrat. He's just too calculated. And YOLO get the first cap of control center here.
And it looks like everyone's just criticizing the way I say Bjorn. Apparently it's born to win. It's supposed to be silent.
Yeah, think of Torbjorn. Torbjorn, so Bjorn to win. That's what they've done. They're playing on their words.
Alright, I'll just say born to win from now on.
Yeah. Tank mains, they just have to hold right click or mouse 1, so it's okay. We'll forgive you.
Hey, we do sometimes charge in enemy spawns.
Left shift is important as well.
And it looks like Nausea's just getting tossed around like a ragdoll.
Yeah. Oh, Denzel with that double in that push. What I've also noticed, a lot of these teams will not really push and hold up here where the fight is taking place now. They will get the win and retreat back to point. I mean, you've got a Junkrat, you have a Reaper, hold this choke, hold the choke, and just make them come to you.
What a lot of people forget about this map is there's more than just this entrance here. You've got to the side there that you can jump over. You've also got to the left where you can go up and take the high ground.
Exactly. But when that happens, most teams will try and follow through instead of falling back onto the point and taking the fight on their terms instead of following to a trap, especially.
And it looks like we've got the grab going. And that looks like they're going to push straight through.
Nah, YOLO just overpowered even against that grab. Denzel has, both Junkrats have their tires available to him. So maybe the tires can decide if Bjorn can get back to the point or if YOLO will successfully cap point 2 of Lee Jang Tower.
And here's Denzel with the back door. Oh! And it gets
feeding.
destroyed.
You get the shatter onto nobody. Maybe that was a mispressed Q. Death Gun takes out checkers. Lollies gets Ionics and Debonos res checkers up. So they have that Lucio area. Heals Lolly's taking out Death Gun. Valkyrie on the side of YOLO taking place.
Lollies is doing a huge amount of work here with the Reaper.
And he's got Death Blossom already. Probably won't need it as of yet.
And it looks
But
like Div's
Death-
taking straight out mech almost. Oh, she just manages to get away. And there's the Death Blossom.
Death Blossom gets Haley. Wong gets Denzel with his sneaky trap.
And it looks like a C9.
C9!
Good old
Oh, no.
C9, guys.
Now C9 isn't just when you've lost the fight, it's when you have control of the fight and you step off the point. So that was definitely a C9 on the side of Bjorn. So that leads 2 points to the side of YOLO going into a market place. Now another Pharah heavy map as well. Denzel showing Genji Zionic staying on that Reaper. Now will Wong stay on Junkrat? That's the interesting thing. Will Norza has moved on to that Reinhardt. Maybe Zionic is just proving too much of a pain to deal with. As the point is going to open up in 30 seconds. Most of these fights should happen in this courtyard with Denzel leading the way.
And
Death Gun is already putting pressure on. So it looks like YOLO are going to put their back to the point so when that unlocks they can just walk onto the point and take it. But Bjorn are enclosing him. They've swapped sides pretty much. Bjorn coming through to the main and it looks like YOLO would take the first cap, which they did. The Genji Blade on side of Denzel taking that checkers. Then the bonus Xionyx gets Wong.
Denzel built that ult so quickly, just being able to hit the backline of the enemies.
Feeding those 2 tanks would have fed that blade for him. He would have just kept it on. Poke, 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 get the heals, keep poking until that blade comes up, and then finalize those kills, which he just does just then. So that's
And
when
you
we
have
show-
Diva already got her mech back.
So Noxious has already got grab as well, so they should do maybe. There's the grab. It's a huge grab. Lollies 3, 4. There's 4 down on the side of Bjorn.
And Lollies is chasing that Mercy to make sure she can't go in for that res.
And yeah, exactly. She can get that 1-man res.
And Lollies takes her out. That is a good push
that's
right there.
Even though Bjorn won that fight, Denzel built up his ult in that fight.
And that was
we're gonna-
one ult to take out to win that fight.
1 ult. So we both have Lollies all 2 going down inside, so maybe Valkyrie needs to come out here. Valkyrie doesn't come out. And Shadow and Beat, my apologies, Beat on the side of Bjorn. But they do not play the point once again. Something Bjorn is forgetting to do. Colonel Wong takes out Dark Prince, but Xionyx gets Wong but immediately res up. Maybe Lollies can come through with that Genji Blade. Maybe first focus to the Pharah. Oh, doesn't need to. Team pulls through in the end.
Bjorn does take the cap back, but they did step off the point, which denied them getting that charge. They end up getting back capped on that, which is really bad.
Now we're gonna have a Shatter and Blade combo here potentially happen, but they're up the top, so Lollies may just pop it and just go through there and just dash, dash, dash. Oh, Fat Shatter. Questionable grab there. Questionable grab, only gets 1 and then he still ends
And
up...
they're capping the point right now.
Yep.
Managed to get on it this time.
Haylig is just being really nice by coming back to the point and putting pressure up Bjorn to remind them, hey, this is an objective-based game. You need to be here as well. So he only gets 2 with his barrage. Really takes out Lollies, and there's the flip once more.
And it looks
Now
like
Bjorn-
Xyonix has just gone back to Pharah, which just looks like a comfort pick for him.
Yeah, his Pharah skill is just a lot stronger than his other DPS pools at the moment. We have a Riptire inside of Wong. Wong's gonna pull it out. But Denzel gets that Genji Blade 4-man, but that passive ability shuts that blade down. And no one's coming back to the point with 5% to go. 3 seconds left in this match. And it looks like Bjorn make it back to point. Lollies has to pop blade just to make it back to point for that extra dash reset. And Bjorn all there, and Norza nearly flies off the map.
And he's off the map.
And it is off. Nice down you, Norza. Let's go with that Winston Primal Rage. And YOLO just has to focus one at a time. Whoever the Pharaoh's focus in, just put that extra damage into it and we'll execute that kill straight away. Noxious gets Haley's. Rini gets Noxious and a fat shatter. That's a nice shatter. But can he execute with it? And this may be a flip inside of Bjorn. And Diva and Lucia just adding that.
And they get the recapture.
Recapture, nice play by Bjorn there. But they got to remember to play that point a little bit because Lucia might just come back around, which he is. Haley just got.
We do have Xyonix coming over the top with Barrage ready.
With Barrage ready. And Dark Prince with Valkyrie. There's the Barrage. Denzel with his blade. But that Lucia barrier, well played by Checkers there. Wong gets Denzel. Dark Prince res Denzel straight away, needing that extra DPS. Noxious D-Nex.
Lolly should be popping his Dragon Blade any moment now.
Yeah, any moment just to keep that point and win it. But we have a grab, so maybe we're going to see a grab. There's the grab. We get the blade in there as well. There's a bit of a... Oh, blade on time.
And it looks like Born to Win is coming back.
First map win for Bjorn, first point win too. Bjorn finally showed up today, which is great to see. It was a great match. Great point from Bjorn and YOLO. Great economy too with their old management. What do you reckon with that?
With the which management, sorry?
With the alt manager on the side of Bjorn. I think Lolly's held his blade sometimes a little bit too long, but then when he did pop it, man, he hit
it
those
could
spots.
be they could be trying to communicate in game, choosing who's ulting when, which would be the better thing to do.
Exactly.
Otherwise, usually you see Genji's popping blade very soon when they get it.
It is a fast charging ult. It looks like we get back into control center with both teams showing Reaper and Junkrat with Mercy and Reinhardt and the Lucia. So the only changes here is Noxious on the Zarya and Death Gun on the Winston. It's only the tank differences. Denzel picking up the kill on Norza. The instant res. And Denzel's just putting pressure through this choke point here. So much damage.
And Noxious just the least Xyonix. 100 charge just is chunking.
100 charge Zarya is dangerous. But Denzel, with his ult already. Checkers finalize that kill on Denzel. Lollies gets that kill on Haley. And this will be capped for Bjorn. And will Bjorn move forward? Yes they do. They go fight upwards.
And this is where Bjorn needs to take the advantage. Needs to start getting that trickle going for him.
Exactly. Now they have scrimped a lot of high ranked teams. And they've learned how to hold at this point up here and when to pull back, but whether they remember it in this environment is another thing. They let Denzel through. I think
It looks like a shatter. Great shatter comes down.
Oh, but counter shatter stops the Death Blossom, but Lollies is just proving to be a really strong DPS player here for Bjorn right now. But we have Denzel swap off the Junkrat onto Genji, something that's worked a little bit before. Now, hey, someone's on point.
And they're going for the backup, the Lucio. Is he able to boop him off in time? Oh, managed to get back just in time.
That's something they've got to remember. And the grab.
And they did not take out the Mercy there. They
Always
could
grab
not
that
see The Mercy was inside the grab on the other side of the pillar. They just did not know she was there.
Noxious is high energy, so Noxious is the tank's definitely doing a lot of work here, and Colonel Wong stopped that Death Blossom there. All done there for Wong, and Wong gets another one on Haley.
And Born to Win is just they've just come back from the depth of despair. They've got the fighting spirit back in them.
But look where Denzel's going. Denzel is going on a flank of flanks. He's going to come over and he's
coming with the Dragon Blade. He wants that Mercy.
Mercy's gone.
He gets that Mercy straight away.
Mercy.
And Colonel Wong just destroys Denzel.
But the instant res, Wong,
a huge Death Blossom.
Look at that. His Bjorn team has woken up. They've woken up. We've now got a match on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We 2-all, and we're going probably back to Legion Tower Gardens. It's good to see Bjorn fight back there against YOLO, especially with their two really strong DPS players there. So the DPS players are actually really putting in a lot of work for their teams. Like Noxious there on that Zarya. Noxious is really helping out a lot there with those bubbles at the right time, saving his teammates against some of those riptides from Denzel is very, very important and very well played by Noxious there. But Xionyx.
So it looks like we're back on Night Market.
Night Market, yeah, Xionyx showing that Pharah. Deathgun's first one there. Nice charge to get established control of the area first off for his team. Rini jumps straight away onto the back line. The two tanks are charging in. And it looks like Bjorn are being pushed right back to spawn.
And Xionyx just getting the free spray, no contest at all to his damage, just raining from above.
YOLO just literally stopped Bjorn in their tracks. Rini played a very nice Winston there, jumped straight into the back line, so everyone had to turn. Deathgun throws that charge in. Pharah uncontested damage. Very well organised push there on the side of YOLO. Colonel Wong.
It looks like Xionyx is going for the almost went for the flank. And Colonel Wong is just completely out of position.
Yeah.
And got taken out.
And that shatter by Deathgun. But I think he pushed it a bit too far there, Denzel. He still does have his blade. We've also got the barrage. So I think on the side of Bjorn, they want to quickly get two of these ults out of them, withdraw, and quickly come back to the point. Denzel finds only Wong with his blade, but Norza putting in his damage there. But Dark Prince, that Mercy Valkyrie, really nice there on the side of Dark Prince for YOLO. And it should stop this push entirely against Bjorn. With Xionyx getting checkers and Norza, but...
And it looks like a missile barrage coming out on top of a Earth Shatter.
Oh, that's 3. That's nice. Nice play. Nice ult. And we got Primal Rage and Drop the Beat on the side of YOLO, but we have Death Blossom, and we know what Bjorn can do with Noxious's not Death Blossom, grab, my apologies, with his grabs. His grabs are
and
really...
Xionyx get a cheeky little flank there, taking out, I'm not even going to pronounce his name because I'm not going to get close.
Checkers.
Checkers.
He types that in every game. That grab, ooh, nice grab. But they're not going to point. 7 seconds. Checkers gets there first. Denzel gets the bonus with his blade. Rini Noxious. And it looks like Bjorn will lose map 3, Legion Tower, to YOLO.
And it looks like, so...
If it was the best of 5, it looks like we now have our first play going to YOLO. Second place, Bjorn. That was such a great game. Good to see Bjorn come out in the end there. This is a very nice blade. So yeah, we have in 4th place Cute Socks, 3rd place Dream Team, 2nd place Bjorn, and our overall winner of Season 1 AAOL going to Team YOLO. Well done to everyone, and I think that might be it for the maps tonight.
Yep, I believe so. Yep, no more maps are being played. That is the finals. We're not playing the extra 2 maps.
So well done to all participants in Season 1 of AAOL. And just again, those standings: 4th place belonging to Cute Socks, 3rd place Dream Team, 2nd place Bjorn, and 1st place Team YOLO. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys next season.
Alright.